strike 3. There's a lot of that. The slap attempt, third strikeout of the game for Clausen, and there's one away here in the second.
Yeah,
or are you the crusher?
Yeah. And it evolved from, for a while there was everybody was just slap, 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 and then that evolved a little more, and then now it's, as you say, everybody can hit, but there's some big power hitters, and then there's just the regular try to hit it or slap it into the gap.
Carrick looks at a first pitch ball. And I think the slapper came out of that bunting era of the 90s, out of the 80s into the 90s when you had to play defense. Those teams that couldn't play defense didn't win, swung on and missed.
And that was that back when they wore shorts too?
Some of them did.
For a while they wore shorts as a uniform?
And sometimes the umpires were in full ties and long sleeve shirts. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. We're looking through some pictures to get ready for our broadcast on Iowa PBS on Thursday and Friday of Lisa Brinkmeyer, and her mother had sent some photos of Lisa playing at the state tournament, so that'd be in the early 90s, late 80s. Ball misses, 2-2. And there were the umpires in their black ties and their white shirts, long sleeve. The old dugouts of black and yellow, if you remember those, Dar.
Yep.
Before they renovated them here. The 2-2 coming from Clausen. Fouled off the bat, fouled off the catcher, and then hits in front of us. Our position is right behind home plate. So if you see Dar putting bunny ears behind me, you know that's where we belong. That's the two of us. You still think that's funny, and
hey,
classic.
You stay with the goldies, goodies.
The flutter.
That didn't fool, yeah.
Clausen kind of smiled like,
meh,
it's worth a shot.
Caught it. It didn't.
That was a definite meh. The full count 3-2 is high. And Pekarik is on board with a walk, with a one-out walk. Carly Stengel will come in. Stengel playing right field, a freshman. A couple of freshmen in this lineup, a couple of sophomores, an 8th grader for West Monona. You could say maybe this is a team on the rise up. That pitch is high to Stengel. Where you could argue that Central Springs might be at the peak of that. We've been to state 9 consecutive seasons. The 1-1 is bunted foul behind home.
Well, that was a good pitch that was breaking in on her when she tried to bunt, so she's able to just could only get like the handle on that.
The 1-2. In there, strike 3. Caught looking as Stengel. Can't move the runner up. 4th strikeout of the game. This one a caught looking. So Pekarik will stay at first with 2 out, and that'll bring in Sophia Woodward, the sophomore, playing second. That one misses.
And the corners were coming in, anticipating maybe she might try to slap or bunt on.
Bunt is popped up into the net behind home. Even it up at a ball and a strike. 1A will follow after us here, after this 2A completion. We've already had 2 3A games today. All 4 of those 1A games to take place. Getting at 5, 5:30, 7, and 7:30. Popped up, but out of the reach of Fessler.
It sounded like that came off the lower part of the bat too. It had didn't have a full, clunk sound.
A light pop. One ball, two strike. Ball two. Misses. Coming up in 1A after we're done, Martinsdale St. Mary's and Fort Dodge St. Edmund. And Wayne and Redden St. Mary's. And then the night games, North Lynn and Sigourney, Southeast Warren and Clarksville. Here, it's West Monona at the bat, Central Springs in the field. Swung on and missed, and the inning ends on another strikeout for Clausen. You're watching the Girls State Tournament, sponsored by Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Central Springs comes to bat here in the second inning. Class 2A quarterfinal. First pitch swung on and fouled to the left side, Aurora Stapleton. Then Lainey Bullion and Lizzie Hammond.
Meat of the order. Chance to get something going, be on the board first.
Stapleton looks at that pitch. She did not watch it go past her bat. Be what I would say to the Little League player. Watch that ball hit your bat. Instead of saying keeping your eye on the ball. Fouled into the screen behind home for strike two. Stapleton a senior, so that means all 4 of her years in high school she's been at state, and it extends before her.
Might have been 5 if she played as an 8th grader.
That's true.
Too,
At off speed again.
Well, it's kind of that rise drop there.
That is a tough, tough pitch. The coach, this is Coach B.J. Fessler's second year as the head coach. Replaced Brenda Nelson. Had a chance to see Brenda before this game. She was here watching the end of that Regina Northeast game. Then she was keeping an eye on that I-35 and Lisbon game. The 1-0 misses.
So he's picked that up and kept the tradition going of getting them back here. Sometimes that isn't easy to do.
No.
You get a new coach in, and they sometimes have different philosophies on how things are done, but
the 2-0 misses as well, and I asked Coach, I said, hey, how's your blood pressure? I mean, I know you're not coaching. And she goes, I'm really, really good. Like right now, I'm fine. But she goes, once that game starts, I just amp up and ramp up. And I'm like, I can't imagine trying to turn that off as a 3-0 strike is delivered. To Lainey Bullion. That one's punched into left for the game's first hit. Bullion on base for Central Springs. We'd had a runner on base. That's the first base runner for Central Springs. So the Panthers first base person, Lizzie Hammond, in from the right side. Offers at the first pitch. The throw down to second, not in time as the ball squirts away from Casey Miller, who was covering. So it's a stolen base for Bullion.
Which should be 29 for her on the season. She's their leading base stealer. And gets them in scoring position here with 1 out.
The pitch. High and outside. So Bullion at second. Hammond at the plate. On deck, Zalia Dahlstrom. Off speed again outside. That one comes back to the plate, but high. The pitch. Fouled back into the screen. Well, the wind is blowing a little bit out to left. Still a light breeze, not enough to really affect anything. We've been here when you can only hear things from the other diamond because the sound carries and you can't hear anything in front of you. Not today. That pitch hit up the middle and it's going to get through. And being waved around is Bullion. Here's the throw, not in time. Good throw from the outfield, but it's 1-0. Central Springs gets their first base runner and now their first run.
And that was a pitch that hung over the middle too much there. If you see the replay here on it, yeah, right down the tube, and she just turned on it. She'd been keeping it outside and up and using that rise ball, but that one left over the plate. Hammond jumped on it.
First pitch to Dahlstrom is swung and fouled off. The 0-1 to Z. Waits on it, and it's going to maybe drop behind short, and it does, into left field for another base hit. Back-to-back hits for Central Springs. They've got something cooking here with 1 out in the second.
Oh, and that one, it kind of died, but it looked like the left fielder was racing in, and it almost, if it rolls any farther, you might see runners at second and third, but it hit and then scooted a little bit and stopped. Otherwise, that was going to be trouble.
And Hammond really, with the bloopness of it, had to kind of, first pitch is fouled back into the backstop. Couldn't really try to go first to third on that one because he had to make sure it wasn't caught, but you had to go halfway. The 0-1 is low and outside from Carly Miller. Miller on the season, 16-3, 91 strikeouts, an ERA of 1.73. She's done the majority of the pitching for the Spartans. That bunt gets down, fielded by Miller. The throw is to first. Both runners move up from second to third. So Hammond now at third, Dahlstrom at second, and McDonough gets the job done on the sacrifice, 1-3.
Yeah, excellent piece of work there to get the runners over now. So now a hit could score 2 here.
Cooper Clausen can help herself. Watch that first pitch go high. Clausen's going to go to Valley City State University in North Dakota. So you thought Manly or North Springs or Rock Falls were cold in winter.
You get up farther north. Is there much difference?
Well, The 2-0 is lifted towards left, playable, going in, then coming back out is Gockel, makes the catch, and the side is retired, but not before Central Springs pushes across their first run. They leave 2. We've played 2. We go to the third. 1-0 Central Springs on the digital network powered by Mid-American Energy.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Yeah, it's Stengel.
I don't know how I wrote that. I did have it 1 here. And I do have to let you know, as West Monona comes to bat, first pitch is high. Carly Stengel has been pitching today, and I've been saying Miller all this time. My apologies, and thank you for pointing that out. Not sure how I missed that one. But the first pitch to Healy, or the second pitch, is fouled away and evens the count at a ball and a strike. (8-9-1). Healy, Gockel, and then back to the top of the order with Miller. Swung on and missed. Swing and a miss. And Healy is out on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Just caught her swinging on that outside pitch. She was trying to protect with 2 strikes, but put it right out there and she couldn't get to it.
And really, it's been Miller and Stengel who have been pitching. And I did hear Coach Thompson say this week to KMA Radio, we have 2 options. And that one is foul down the left side.
And that is nice. Sometimes in 2A, 1A, you only have one option to go to, you know. Well, you have your ace and then you have somebody else, but you got 2 quality pitchers here.
So Miller is in right, Stengel in the circle. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. And Gockel is away. Second strikeout of the inning, second out of the inning. 2 away for top of the order, Casey Miller.
That's the 6th strikeout so far here.
Swing and miss by Casey Miller.
Clausen has him guessing right now. Of course, the first time through the order here.
Casey Miller was the first strikeout of the game to start the game. And she bats here in the top of the third. 1-0 Central Springs. The 1-1 pitch. It's lifted in the air, high, around second. Coming in on right. This one's going to be tough to play, and it's going to go between 2 players. Going to second. The throw, not in time. Miller running the whole time. That ball, the 2 fielders overplayed that a little bit to the first base side and went right down to second. We need to see that one again. Not an easy play, and that is
Stapleton almost got her. Watch this on the backhand throw over to second, though. I think that was the center fielder who almost did that. McDonough came in and had the presence of mind to pick it up and flip it to second after the entanglement there.
All right, so Casey Miller at second on the error. And that'll bring in Carly Miller. He's playing right.
Not pitching.
Right. Throw to third, and there's nobody there. Could go into left field. Boy, what an athletic play.
Yeah, she made that closer than.
Abby Pate saved that from going into left field, and then she almost made the out. As Ryan had charged at third. And so now West Monona can get this thing tied with a hit. Runner at third. It's Casey Miller. Carly at the plate. Swung on and missed. So Clausen, a strike from getting out of this jam that all of a sudden erupted with 2 outs. The pitch is a strike. That is number 8 on the game. And that ends the West Monona third. We go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0 Central Springs on the state tournament, sponsored by Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Official state tournament merchandise is now available online. Time to get your smartphones out. Just scan the QR code on your screen now or visit IGHSAU.org and browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Well, mine would be a crow hat, and now what I've been saying this whole time is actually happening. Carly Miller is now pitching. Carly Stengel is going to right. So Stengel had been pitching. Now it is Carly Miller pitching.
So that would be an IMT insurance substitution, right? Well, or
it's a lineup change.
Yeah, it's a lineup change.
We haven't said anything about them, and it'd be worry-free.
I did notice the umpire's taking a little water. We're under the shade here a little bit where it's cool. It's 80, but it's a little warmer out there than it has been for them, right out in the sun.
Top of the order, Carly Ryan. Lined up the middle, right at short or center, and the catch is made. Lucas on a diving stop. That was a pretty defensive play.
Let's see if we get the replay here. She's digging grass out of there.
It started out smoked and then just kind of died right at the end.
And she came in and dove in there and got it. And that base umpire was moved over to see the good view of it.
And that'll bring in Abby Pate. That pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, they're watching back in Ottawa, Blanco and Turin. Northwest Iowa, Western Iowa. The Spartans came over yesterday to get acclimated, get their souvenirs and merchandise purchased. See some of the games. Miller winds up for the 3-0. That ball spins in low, and that is a walk issued to Abby Pate.
First walk, isn't it? Yeah,
So Charlie Fessler, coach's daughter, will bat with 1 out, 1 on here in the 3rd. Pitch comes inside for a ball. Fessler grounded out to short to end the 1st. That pitch gets away from Lichtenberg, and going down to second is going to be Pate.
and that a result of keeping it low against Fessler with her.
Coach Thompson's going to run out here. He makes the pitching change, and now I don't know if he doesn't like something he sees or just wants to. It's kind of tough to make that that mid-game transition. But if you've done it all year, then it's, you're used to it.
Yeah, he kind of knows, having gone through, what did they play? Over 35 games, the 36th game of the season. So you think he kind of knows. You get a feeling there. And then this may be just, okay, come on. We want to keep it away from her, but let's.
Well, and it's not like Dan Thompson hasn't won a game or two. He crossed the 500 victory threshold. Teaches at Logan Magnolia. That ball is into right, and Steepleton makes the catch there. No, that's Miller. Miller is there.
Miller, yeah.
I am all over. I'm looking up something else. I'm sorry.
You're right. I looked at the Central Springs sheet, too. That was Miller. That was my fault.
Yeah. So Fessler is gone. Steepleton is at the plate now. Off speed is ripped foul and out of play. Steepleton struck out back in the second. The pitch lifted towards right, playable for Miller, who comes in on it, makes the grab. 2 fly ball outs to end the threat, and we've played 3 full innings. 1-0 Central Springs.
That was Stengel.
Stengel
went to right,
Stengel went to right. We're back after this.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Brianna Hill to lead things off for West Monona here in the 4th. 1-0 Central Springs. Fouled back into the screen. West Monona's losses this year, they're 30-6. Lost to Sioux City East, Sergeant Bluff Luton, Esterville Lincoln Central, Remsen St. Mary's, Griswold, and Logan Magnolia. ELC and Remsen St. Mary's are here at State. Off-speed pitch, swung on and fouled off, but back into the glove of Fessler. Hill down, 0-2, and the pitch. Bounced in there by Clausen.
At release point, when you're doing that change in the rise, it's that time just a little, let it go too soon.
Swung on and missed. And that's out number 1 here in the 4th. Strikeout number 9 for Clausen. Choking up on the bat was Savannah Lucas, and then she pulled it back for a ball. So West Monona, we mentioned, haven't been to the state tournament since 1968. Tournament wasn't even played here then. It was in Hubbard. Central Springs, 9th consecutive. Swing and miss by Lucas. But Central Springs is yet to make the title game in those runs. Looking to get into the semifinals is nice. You're up 1-0 in the 4th. A lot of softball yet to be played, but you'd like to go all the way. Ball put in play, past to diving third who had already been crashing. Lucas is in. She got it past Ryan, and there was no chance once Pate picked it up. Lucas is safe at first with an infield hit.
Yeah, that just pushed that right by the charging third baseman.
I think if she plays at a regular depth, she might field that.
She might, yeah. If she was in, sometimes you're rushing in trying to make the big play fast. And
yeah, she came here on the crash. Yeah, and it just went past. I don't know. That was really hard. Bunt is down. Yeah. It's in that tough area. Pitcher goes to first. Clausen gets the out. They throw back to second. Not in time.
Yeah, it just got it by. It was a good angle for her to get it angled away there.
So Pekarik gets the job done, moves the runner up. So Lucas now at second, and it's up to right fielder Carly Stengel. Stengel, the freshman, digs in from the right side. First pitch with 2 outs. Hit right behind short, and drifting to her left to make the grab is Abby Pate. And just like that, the inning is over. 1 left. Still 1-0 Central Springs on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
5, 6, and 7 due up for Central Springs in their half of the 4th. They lead 1-0. This quarterfinal Class 2A state tournament game from Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. Glad to have you here wherever you may be around the world, whether you're in Iowa, on vacation somewhere, watching us on a beach. Glad we could be part of your experience. 2-0 is the count to Laney Bullion. A senior freshman due up for the Panthers. The senior hits it to short, and it ping-pongs off of Miller And the ricochet is going to put Bullion at first. And they ruled that a hit. Just making sure. That was a tough rocket there.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
Or did they call it an error?
No, they put up a hit there. Put the fourth hit up.
I thought, okay. Off-speed hit behind center. Throw to second because it would be a force. Just not quite enough time for Lucas. And Bullion is on second. Hammond is at first. So Central Springs now.
Back-to-back hits.
To start off their fourth in the middle section of their order. Trying to extend this 1-0 lead. Pitch is bounced in, off the catcher. Throw to third, not in time. Actually, that hit the right leg of home plate umpire Jake Parker. Otherwise, that thing is back into the backstop and possibly rolling to the dugout and allowing a run to score. So Bullion is at third. Hammond scoots up to second. Dahlstrom at the plate. That's a strike.
A chance here maybe to break it open. You say break it open if they get a couple runs. The runs have come sparingly so far.
Dahlstrom shows bunt, pulls it back on a pitch that went outside.
So if you're able to get a couple more across.
Coach Fessler is going to call another number here. He calls a number. Dahlstrom looks at her left wrist or forearm for the call. The 2-1. Pulls the bunt back. Bullion is getting a good lead down there at third. If this ball would just happen to squirt away, she might just score. That ball is fouled away. Bullion, who moved into the district from Nashua Plainfield and has really kind of been a key player for this team. Very good speed, and they're going to try to dial into that as that ball is punched at foul. Just kind of an excuse me, protect the plate swing by Dahlstrom.
He called for the bunt on the previous pitch, just wanting to get it into motion and make the fielders make a play so maybe get a run in from third. So now she's got to hit away with 2 strikes and full count.
And she turns it to the right side, which is going to get a run home.
Yeah.
So perfectly executed by the freshman.
Exactly
Dahlstrom.
What you wanted. You wanted to get it on the other side of the diamond, so the only place to go was first.
So Bullion scores. Hammond goes to third. And now Zari McDonough will bat, but I think what we're going to see is a different, going to see a runner. And it is number 82, which is Allie Schiff. So Allie Schiff will pinch run.
For an IMT insurance substitution.
Be worry-free with IMTINS.com. The pitch is bunted. They're going to go home and safe. The ball was there. The tag was not. Schiff scores. It's 3-0 Panthers.
Yeah, that's got to be bang, bang. She got it in there, but credit Schiff. She slid in low, got the foot in there. And that's almost where you have to throw the ball to that edge of the plate and snap it down quick.
So McDonough at first with another RBI. First pitch to the pitcher, Cooper Clausen, is outside for a ball. Clausen batting in that 9 spot. Watches the first pitch, or the next pitch go in for a strike. She's like, okay, I'll take that as a strike when I'm pitching. You always think a catcher and a pitcher have a really good sense of the strike zone.
Yeah.
But it's not always the case.
Well, that catcher.
1-1 gets away. And, oh boy, yeah. Clausen was waving McDonough down to third, but man, maybe she should stick to
I was going to say
pitching, not base coaching.
And that catcher a lot of times is trying to manipulate and pull that pitch in and out of the zone to get the umpire to make the call. The good ones do it subtly where you can't quite, it makes the umpire think about it. But
McDonough down at second. The 2-1 is a strike. You know, and with the automated balls and strikes that are happening now in minor league and baseball, and eventually I assume will be in Major League Baseball, no matter what that catcher does to frame it, they're not going to get that call when it doesn't get automatically triggered. That ball is out of the zone and the count goes full. You can see, you know, those catchers, that's something they teach at the youth level. The catcher, that's how they advance. They start that glove low and pull it up into the zone to give a good frame to the umpire. Clausen swings and misses and strikes out. Out number 2 of this inning.
so they go to the top of the order now.
To Ryan. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, to
Carly
Carly Ryan. McDonough stays at second. 2 in so far for Central Springs here in the 4th. Popped up, but behind the action and into the... Oh.
I didn't hear the bang. It must have went over.
Or somebody caught it.
Yeah, that could be too, yeah.
Although I think we would have heard a cheer.
Yeah, usually if you make a good catch, it might have angled enough that it got beyond the stands.
Carly Ryan smacks it into right field for a base hit. And let's see, they're going to send McDonough in. The throw to the plate, not in time. Cut off by the pitcher.
Well, the catcher's making that call on the cutoff, and I don't know if it would have come through, if it would have got there or not, but by cutting it, you don't let the runner advance to second.
And that might be a sense that could have been Lichtenberg who just said, we're not going to get it, cut it, and let's save that base.
Yeah,
because now you're with 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, and you got to force at second open now.
Popped up, left side, right at the fence, and just went foul. Ryan at first, paid at the plate. She hits it well to left. That has a chance to leave the yard, and it does. A home run. Abby Pate, 2-run bomb for Central Springs. Runs 5 and 6 are going to score, and you knew it pretty much as soon as it left the bat, Dar.
And home run number 10 for Pate. She ties Fessler now with the team lead. Yeah, you knew coming off the bat, you heard that clunk, and it was like, boom.
Well, that's going to be it for, they're going to make another pitching change. Going to go back to Stengel in the circle, and we'll tell you about her after she gets a couple of warm-up pitches. We'll take a quick break on this pitching change brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMTINS.com.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need.
Back into pitch is Carly Stengel for West Monona, who now trail 6-0. And the first pitch of this at-bat is a ball. So Pate clears the bases of Ryan and her. And it'll be Charlie Fessler to bat. 6-0, Central Springs. Stengel spins that ball on her hip, throws it. Back in on the zone, nice pitch. We've seen Stengel, then Miller, now Stengel. 6-0, a 5-run fourth for Central Springs. Low, ball 2.
That's the one thing with softball, a little different than baseball. You have a pitch count, and you can't, take a pitcher. You could take them out, put it back in, but you can't. You only have so many pitches out of one pitcher in a game per week.
Swung on and fouled away.
Whereas softball, you can pitch as much as you want to.
It's a matter of your effectiveness. There's about, some coaches believe in not letting you see line up a second time or the pitcher being seen. I know a couple of 5A coaches that like to do a lot of those changes.
Yeah, especially late. If you have a good pitcher coming in late, it gives them a whole different look because the batters have been on the pitcher that's in there.
High pitch to Stengel, or from Stengel is high to Fessler, and now the 9th batter of the inning comes to the plate. Coming in to run for Fessler.
Aubrey Heft.
I believe so.
Yep.
Aubrey Haft.
Heft.
So Fessler gets the job done. And now it's Steepleton.
Well, a lot has happened for Central Springs with 2 outs here. We're talking about not letting that runner advance a second, but then the home run advanced her to home.
Ground ball hit to third. This should end the inning. Across the diamond goes Hill to Pekarik, and it is the end of the 4th, but not before major damage done by Central Springs. They open up a 6-0 lead here in Fort Dodge. West Monona will come back up. It'll be 7-8-9. Sophie Woodward, Nevaeh Healy, and Jocelyn Gockel.
Well, for West Monona, they have not had a lot of base runners. Some of that is the, 9 strikeouts by Clausen, but they need to find a way to beg, borrow, or steal some bases here to get back into this.
I think I count 3 base runners this game.
Yeah.
First pitch to Woodward is a strike. And 1-0 with only 3 base runners is a whole lot different than 6-0.
6-0, yeah.
You absolutely need those runners here as now you move to the 5th. You're down to your last 9 outs. The ball is low. West Monona beat North Union 7-6 to get to state. That ball is inside. So I guess if you can take a walk, you'll take it. Maybe a hit by pitch.
Yeah, anything. On base, that's what you need.
The 2-1 on the way. And that misses from Clausen.
You know, because they say, well, we got a lot of young players. We'll be back. But that's not guaranteed. And then, you know, you want to fight as hard as you can while you're here and enjoy the moment.
And ball 4 to Woodward.
And as we saw in that last game, there was a rally back by Lisbon.
Oh, anything's possible. This game,
Yeah.
you know, this can change quickly. And it's one thing if you're hitting the ball and it's right at a girl or you know the play, but you've struck out 9 times. That's kind of tough. Well hit to left center, and that's going to go all the way to the fence. Woodward is running for third. She is going to be waved home. There'll be no throw to the plate, and just like that, the Spartans are on the board on an RBI double by Nevaeh Healy.
Now that's one where maybe I don't know where the cutoff person was, but they threw that all the way to third, where maybe if you hit the cutoff to the shortstop, she's got a chance to throw in to the plate. Let's see it here again. But just a solid wrap to left center there in the gap. And then see, it goes by the cutoff all the way to third, so you have no chance to catch that and turn and make a play that way.
And that's an extra base hit, which are brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. Healy, the 8th grader. At least I think that's who it was. Now I need to pull out my glasses again.
Well, let's see now how Cooper Clausen responds. She gave up a long hit and a run there. The good pitchers will shake that off and say, hey, we're still up by 5.
You handle this play-by-play for a minute.
Okay.
I have field glasses. I just have to use them. Oh, you had them? Yeah. The bunt is put down. Well played. Moves the runner up as Gaukel gets the job done. Yeah, running at third now is Allie Miller.
And well, people say, well, why are you bunting her over? Well, one more run helps. Gets the rally going a little bit. And you also got to know the player that's at the plate.
First pitch to Casey Miller is a strike. So top of the order now for West Monona. You like the top of your order. You're trying to get to him as quick as you can. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2 now by Casey Miller.
She probably well, it's just a second pitch, but that first one was really nice, and she let it go by, and then that one dropped off a little more. Let's see what Clausen comes back with here.
That changeup hit to left, and it's fair! Oh, my goodness, right down the line. Almost dug up the chalk. The throw to second is in time, but not to get the tag. The throw beat Miller, but the tag was just missed, according to the umpire out there, Tom Berger. Safe at second. Casey Miller with a double.
She came in flat and low and got the hands in there, and you had to get the ball and bring it down quick, and it was bang, bang, but we'll see here, yep. It wasn't a bad attempt at the tag, but just...
So Miller scores on the Casey Miller hit down the left field line. The bunt is tagged. The throw to third gets off the bag. The second attempt is there. And Casey Miller is going to be caught stealing. She slid past the bag and is punched out.
She did not think she was, but the man in blue said yes, or the man in pink
today
over there. And the coach is still talking about that. Yeah, I think she was there the first time and then kind of pulled her hand up, and that's when they got her.
So Casey Miller back into the dugout. Carly Miller swings at it, fouls it up, popped up, and boy, that is a dangerous play. Fessler dove a little early.
Yeah,
I think she thought that fence was coming.
You see on the screen that yellow pole there of the dugout. Those are on both sides of the two danger areas for that catcher when you're trying to run down those foul balls. You can see it right there over the batter. But that's the hardest part because you're coming in there and then you know that's there. You see the yellow and you have to pull up because you don't want to crash into the fence in the dugout.
6-2 for Central Springs as West Monona has added 2 runs here in the 5th. Give themselves a chance, as we like to say, a one-score ball game now.
Well, that was a big play at third because, you know, you get that run in and you got the score halved here.
And now you're back down to 2 outs.
Yeah.
The 1-2 from Clausen is hit back to her off Clausen's face, and coming in to field it was Bullion, and she couldn't have any chance to get the speedy Miller down the line.
Well, I said big barrel or steal or hack, whatever you can do to get on base was what West Monona needs to do, and they're doing it right now with 2 outs now, though.
I'm going to say that was the bag. They borrowed a couple of hits. I don't know if they've stolen anything yet. Well, hit to left center. That's going to be caught. Oh, my. McDonough.
Yep.
Otherwise, that gets down, and we might be back within another run scored. However, West Monona gets 2. They cut it to a 4-run deficit. We go to the bottom of the 5th here on the Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Bullion to dig in to start the Central Springs half of the 5th. Her team up 6-2. Her team being Central Springs.
And
out of Cerro Gordo and
West Monona, they need a scoreless inning to get back in here.
Well, hit to right over the field of the right fielder is going to roll all the way. Bullion's going to dig for third, and she's extremely speedy. They throw it to third. She's in. I don't even think she slid.
No.
She didn't need to.
She kind of came half in and then didn't have to. Over the head of Carly Miller out there.
Miller had no chance to get that one. She was played way in, and that's sometimes what the slapper can do.
Well,
you can turn on a pitch you like.
I feel a bunt coming on here to get that extra run across.
Runners in somewhat on the corner, then they back off at the pitch. Swung on, foul, and out of play above the first base dugout.
Or what I meant to say, I feel her swinging away here to try to get that extra run.
Well, no, as you said it, Dar, the third base, she kind of retreated. Yeah. In fact, she's getting hand motions from Coach right now. Kind of what they want her to do. The 0-1. The bunt is pushed foul.
I think she saw a good pitch the first one. Now you're 0-2.
Lizzie Hammond.
And so now he said just a base hit in the gap is what we need.
Yeah. If it only were that easy.
Or again, he hit it to the right side like we talked about earlier.
That pitch is high. She laid off.
Yeah, and that's not an easy one to hit to the right side when it's breaking in on you, that spin that she had there.
Hammond going to play softball at Hawkeye Community College next season in Waterloo. Off speed drops low. How are things today in North Springs and Rock Falls and Manly? Not many left. A lot of them are down here cheering on their Panthers as the count goes full on Lizzie Hammond.
She's 2 for 2 today so far, isn't she?
Well, hit to right, but enough to be playable, but not maybe deep enough. Oh, wow. What great throw. Wow. No chance. No chance, Bullion.
Carly Miller with a rocket.
So Bullion erased 9-2 on, as Dar says, a rocket. So out number 1 is the fly out number 2 is the throw.
Here's the replay.
It was just not even deep enough, probably.
No. And just the perfect catch and the perfect on-line throw. Catcher in the right spot, up the line a little bit. Well, sometimes a big defensive play will spark you if they get out of this inning.
Zalia Dahlstrom now batting. That's what happens when you put your pitcher out in right field. It's not your average right fielder. Dahlstrom from the left side, now 2 out. Weekly hit in the air towards third, and Hill grabs it. And Hill is set to lead off the West Monona 6th when we return on the digital network, which is powered by Mid-American and the tournament sponsored by Iowa Farm Bureau.
For you.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Savannah Lucas to lead it off for West Monona. First pitch is swung on and fouled back. Hill was the fly out to center to end the West Monona half of the 5th as we bat here in the 6th. 2-3-0 for West Monona, 6-8-3 for Central Springs.
Right, and Central Springs starts out that inning with a triple, and they end up, their base runner gets thrown out at home, so we'll see if that carries over here for West Monona, momentum. They showed some signs of life offensively we hadn't seen out of them in the last inning. Let's see if they can get that going again here in this inning to make the comeback.
The 0-1 to Lucas. She runs up on the ball, swings, and misses, and the ball trickles back to the backstop. It'll be 0-2. Lucas, a sophomore. As we said, made a really good play in center today. Now trying to get it done with her bat. Coach Thompson, who also coaches wrestling at Logan Magnolia, and he teaches at Loma. The 0-2 misses by a tiny, tiny bit.
A little rise on that. She thought about it, but held off.
Lucas waits another pitch, pops it up in the vacated spot of second, and making an incredible move.
Picaric.
is
no, not Pekarik.
Yes, that was Pekarik.
Was it Pekarik?
Yeah, she came all the way from first because second had vacated the spot.
No, it was, yeah.
I sure thought it was her.
No, it was Hammond. Excuse me. It
was Hammond?
Pekarik plays first base for.
Hammond.
Yeah.
I need to stop.
You're rubbing
I
off
need to
on
stop
me, man.
listening. I am not. I apologize.
Oh, let's call it a late afternoon little. But we saw the replay there. Lizzie Hammond with the great backhand play.
Pekarik is batting. Lizzie Hammond, the great backhand play. Yes.
But Pekarik plays first base when she's in the field. Yeah.
On a defensive web gem right there.
Sorry, folks. This is the first softball game Paul and I have ever done. So
we can't even say that today.
No, you can't.
Together.
I know. You just have those days some days.
Games. I thought we did a really good job in the first game.
Yeah, I did too. But
I must have eaten at the wrong time today. Threw off my body. 2-0 pitch coming. Swung on and missed, and it gets away from the catcher, Fessler.
But either way, that was a heck of a play to come over, because if that drops in there, you get the leadoff runner on.
Yeah, you could say the last couple of half innings for each team have been a coulda, woulda, shoulda. The 2-1. Swung on a miss. Nice changeup. Pekarik walked in the second. Sacrificed back in the fourth. Bats here in the sixth. Trying to get on base. Watches it go by low. To steal the line from Dar. Big borrow and steal for this inning. Clausen's pitch misses. It gets away from the catcher Fessler, so hustling down is Pekarik. She rounds the bag, but no further can she go.
I think they're going to get a runner for her, too, looks like. Ashley Pittett, I believe, isn't it 17?
Yes. Yep. So Pittett will run at first, but Carrot gets on with the walk. Carly Stengel, who's been both pitching and playing right field today. Off speed first pitch, swung on and missed. Stengel struck out in the second. Flied out to short to end the fourth. The pitch. Fouled into the net. And it'll be 0-2. Pretty good crowd for Central Springs to our left. They're in pink shirts. Have a lot of fans in blue. In lawn chairs to the left field side and the left center seats. 0-2 to Stengel. Pitch goes high. Throw down to second to catch the runner, and does. Caught stealing. Fessler guns down Pittett for the second out.
And that's a big play for Central Springs, because the thing we talked about it, West Monona needs is those base runners to advance and get some runs in. So now you're down to 4 outs with no runners on.
Stengel the 1-2. Swings and misses and strikes out. Another K for Clausen. That ends the sixth. We go to the bottom half of the inning from Fort Dodge right after this.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Central Springs comes to bat here in the bottom of the 6th, leading 6-2 over West Monona. West Monona fan base in green and black, mostly green shirts that I see up to our right.
A few in the outfield there, too.
A few out there. There's some blue shirts out there. I think we have blue coming up after this. Yeah, Remsen, St. Mary's, and Wayne. So you have blue, one of the colors there in that next game. Due up for Central Springs, Zari McDonough, Cooper Clausen in the top of the order, Carly Ryan. If anybody gets on, Abby Pate. Off speed, fouled, back into the net behind us. So the 2-seed Van Meter has advanced, if I am to believe Bob Fisher from KGLO, KRIB Radio.
He's believable most of the time.
Most of the time. Pitch is low. 2-1.
Calling the game for Central Springs.
So Van Meter, a popular pick to be playing in the final game on Friday as that pitch misses. Championship game in 2A will be at 5 p.m. over on the other diamond. So Van Meter will play at this field tomorrow at 5:30 in the 2A semifinal. And that pitch is a strike.
Which games are you doing?
I have 3A, 2A, 1A. So the game's on Friday. Ball 4 to McDonough, so a leadoff walk.
Anything new and different you're doing this year?
Well, we got a couple. We always have a couple of little things. We have a couple people and some new chairs for us on the production side that you'll see. Regular director Andrea Coyle, but we'll also see Josh Bittner, I think, get a chance to do some directing. So that's a little different in producing. I might be speaking out. I should have looked at who's got what assignment, but I know that Josh has been working in on some other sports here. Ball is bunted, and if they let that go, that's probably a foul ball, but instead it's thrown into right field, and all of a sudden Central Springs has runners at the corners with nobody out on the bunt by Clausen. I think they're going to, they call that an error.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought so.
Because it was way wide of the bag over there on the throw. And then we'll have a substitution here.
So that will be Sydney Berding will run. And that's an IMT insurance. Be worry-free with IMTINS.com. So Clausen gets the job done. She's done it. She has done it from the circle. And I think any time that when you're batting ninth, any hits, any on base, any advancement of runners, call that gravy. So you're turning it over to Carly Ryan and company at the top of this order. Very potent offense up due now for Central Springs. And the ball is bunted. And boy, I'll tell you what, Ryan was darn close to hitting that thing twice with the bat.
Yeah, with the bat, as it popped up on her.
She would have been out of the box, and she would have been out. If you hit it twice when you're in the box, it's fine. Stengel's pitch gets away, foul. They're going to say foul on Ryan's attempt.
Both these pitchers, the motion they're putting on there makes the bunting a little tougher. You got to be a little surer in where you're getting that bat on the ball. And then especially when they throw that one that breaks in on you, that's a tough one to bunt.
Stengel bends at the hip, stands back up, throws the off speed, the throw back to first. Now quickly fake to throw to third, and stealing is Berding, goes to second. So now McDonough's at third. Ryan at the plate. The senior watches that one bounce. Good stop by Lichtenberg. The 2-2. Ripped fair down the third base line. That bounced 6 inches inside the line. The throw will go back into the circle, and it's a 2-run RBI double.
Yeah, right
for
over
Carly
the bag
Ryan.
inside there. Fair ball. And
let's see that one again. Runs 7 and 8 here are going to score on that hot shot down to third. You could see the dirt come up behind the line.
Yeah, that was an easy call for, well, the plate umpire made it because he was looking down the line, and the third base umpire had to kind of move over, but it was far enough right over the bag and inside the line. You could tell easily that it was fair.
Abby Pate, who homered in her last at-bat, waves at that first off-speed pitch. She has a chance to knock in another run with a hit here, but nobody out. Off speed is popped up into the net behind the plate. Pate struck out in the first, walked in the third, and the home run in the fourth. 8-2. Central Springs in control now. They get those 2 runs back that they spotted West Monona in the fifth. Again, that changeup. This time, Pate holds off. Pate's going to go to Northwestern in Orange City to continue her career. Hits it foul down the left side, right at the coach's box. Central Springs would need 4 runs to end this on a 10-run advantage. And that pitch bounces in front of the plate. Going down to third is going to be Carly Ryan. And with nobody out, it's worth mentioning at least, especially with the 2, 3, 4 hitters up for Central Springs. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Abby Pate. Waiting on deck is Charlie Fessler. Pate digs. Holds back on a pitch that started good.
Kind of drifted out, didn't it?
Yep. Yeah. That black and orange bat. Flicks it in the air, no batting gloves. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. She goes to first, but it doesn't matter. There was no play. There was no miss on that, but you do it anyway until they tell you to stop.
She watched Carlisle, I guess. It's decided, hey. If you see any of their games, they go down to first every time. When they foul it off.
1 away here. That pitch way out. To Charlie Fessler, who's 0 for 2 in 3 plate appearances. Walked in her last time at the plate. Fessler, a sophomore. Pretty good home run hitter. And if these 2 pitches are any indication of what she's going to see in this at-bat, she's not going to get one to hit.
Now, they've been pitching her away and low most of the time. But she's up there.
Stengel's pitch comes back, and that's going to go right into the shortstop glove, who jumps up nicely. Casey Miller to make the play.
And that had spin on it, and then it kind of knuckled out to the shortstop. But she made the play. And, you know, in any type of a rally, you got to get out of this and not get that last run in. It's still a big get with 6 down, but
smacked into the air to the right, but playable for Miller, and the threat is quickly extinguished. And what looked like could have been a huge inning ends up only allowing 2 runs for Central Springs. They extend their lead. They have the advantage, 8-2, as we go to the 7th.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Last chance for West Monona here in the 7th. 7-8-9. Sophie Woodward to lead things off for West Monona. Swung through the first pitch that was at letter height. Sophia playing second today. That pitch is another strike. So Clausen trying to take matters into her own hands and take care of West Monona here. Woodward, the sophomore, sees that go out of the zone, really close. Up next on this diamond, we'll flip over to Class 1A. Wayne and Remsen St. Mary's. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and strikeout number 11 for Clausen. Just after 5 o'clock here on this Tuesday afternoon. We went up 1 degree from the beginning of the game, now at 81. Just beautiful day. First pitch gets past.
But I got to bet on the diamond it's a little warmer. Because you see how it's dried out, and we're kind of under the dugout here, a little shade. So, but still, it's nice.
Nevaeh Healy at the plate for West Monona. Hit in the air, high over short. Getting both hands up to make the catch is Abby Pate, and there's 2 away. And down to their last out are the Spartans of West Monona, and it'll be up to Jocelyn Gockel. The junior trying to extend this game, and a big comeback. Popped in the air, first pitch behind third. Going back, calling off is Pate to make the catch and to end the game. So Pate makes the last 2 outs, and that is going to advance Central Springs 8-2 today over West Monona.
West Monona, a good effort. They just got the bats going a little bit too late to get things going, and then they had the throw out at third, caught stealing over there, and but credit Central Springs. They've been here, the experience has followed through, and Cooper Clausen pitched a very good game today.
3 hits, 11 strikeouts, and I think it was only 3 walks. No, 2 walks.
2 walks, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty good game. And let's go back down to the field for our presentation. So Abby Pate advances Central Springs into the semifinal round. Abby Pate makes the last 2 outs of the 7th. She also had a 2-run homer back in the 4th. And oh, by the way, pretty good game for Abby Pate. A couple of chances for West Monona here. But Central Springs committed 3 errors, Dar, and still advance 8-2.
Yeah.
Not sure you're going to be able to commit 3 errors and advance past the semis.
Well, they couldn't get to Clausen except for the one inning and get, and she pitched a pretty masterful game there, and they just could not get to her until late. And then, they were in the case where they almost had to get everybody that came up, get them on to get the lead cut down. But Central Springs advances, and West Monona, a lot of young players. We'll see them back.
Yep. Casey and Carly Miller, both a couple of big hits for them to try to get things going, and also Savannah Lucas a hit. It was the pitching of Miller and Stengel that combined, and Central Springs will advance. They will play in the semifinal game against Van Meter Wednesday. That's tomorrow at 5:30. So basically the same time of day. They'll be back, and you can see that game here free. All games are free this week to watch on either the website of the IGHSAU or Iowa PBS. So for Dar Danielson, this has been Paul Yeager. Thank you for letting us be part of your Tuesday afternoon. We have a 1A contest coming your way next. For all of us here on the Digital Network, we say thank you for watching and have a pleasant afternoon.